I literally just started recording this 9 minutes after I already thought I was recording. That is just that is just the season that we are in. I literally was talking to the camera, explaining so many great things to you, and I looked to see what's going on and it says, hey, you are not recording. So hi, hello, welcome to Mailbox Money Monday. During this new season of Mailbox Money Monday, I'm going to be showing you the mailbox money that I'm receiving on Mondays, talking a little bit about it while also pairing it with a real life, in the real moment, what I'm currently navigating and processing and working through as a mindset and manifestation mentor. Because here's the thing, I can sit here and coach and talk and explain topics to you all day long, but I think this season that I'm in, I really want to share what I'm going through personally and how I'm navigating things personally, while also showing you how beautiful life gets to be when you plug into a system like Mailbox Money, which we're going to get into. So first things first, let's dive into Mailbox Money. I have two checks that I received that I'm going to show you. The first one is totaling at $267, and the next one is totaling at $265. This amount of money, I can't do math in my head, but what is that, like $600 maybe almost 600, whatever. I went to public school, don't judge me, and I can't use my calculator because I'm filming on my phone as we're speaking, but the plugging into Mailbox Money has allowed me to effortlessly receive. And something that I was so hell-bent on when I found out that I was pregnant with my son was I cannot continue to do business in the capacity that I've done business. Like things are gonna have to change because raising my son is my number one priority, period. Now, with Mailbox Money, I literally get to plug into a system that has been around for 50 years. There are no previous or past lawsuits on this system. It has won incredible awards. It is something that literally anyone can fucking do. It's not a luck of the draw. My husband, who was very skeptical of this, joined a month after I did and received $2,000 within 5 weeks. The most skeptical one that I've talked to, and I've talked to over 50 people about hopping into Mailbox Money, not including the people like you who are watching this beautiful video and me explaining it and seeing all the content that I've created around Mailbox Money. But he literally was like, there is no fucking way that this is going to be as incredible as you were saying. And we were right. We being me, myself, and I. Now, receiving money effortlessly doesn't require a skill, doesn't require you to hustle, doesn't require you to literally do anything other than plug into the system itself. And here's the thing, I joined this opportunity in 2019 and it was not at all what I was expecting it to be. I was promised the sun, the moon, and the stars. It didn't happen for me. I made a whopping $1,000 in the course of 2 years after trying my little heart out, and it didn't work. A new way of doing it and a more lucrative and potential guaranteed way of doing it presented itself to me in the summer of this year, 2025. And it was after I had my son, and I said, I would be stupid to not dive back into this. So I did, and here we are. And every single week we are receiving money. There are upwards of thousands of dollars, multiple thousands of dollars you can receive in a week. A friend of mine who is a part of Mailbox Money, I might actually have like an interview with her that I could talk about this and show it to you all, but she had a $30,000 day from Mailbox Money. One of my clients is actually inside of this, my coaching clients, and she received over $100,000 in less than 4 months. Like the opportunities are absolutely endless with this. You just have to say yes, right? You just got to say yes. So if you're interested in learning more about Mailbox Money and how you can too be in your restful receiving era, there is an application below for you to fill out, and it is simply just a way for me to keep track of who is showing interest and who is interested in learning about this. When you submit your application, I will be in touch with you and we will take steps further to explain more so you can get a better understanding. Now, the season that I'm in is requiring me to look at a lot of how I have caused my own suffering, if you will. Not even suffering, but my own, we're going to call it suffering for lack of a better word, even though I'm not suffering. My own discomfort. There we go. And what I mean by that is we have always got to look at the role that we play in our own lives. It is very easy to point the finger and say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. But at the end of the goddamn day, you are the creator of your reality. You allow what is happening in your reality, and you get a say in what continues to happen and no longer continues to happen. So, for instance, for me personally, right now, I'm in the season where I'm really learning about how much of my childhood, which I didn't even have like a horrible childhood, relatively speaking, right? Like, I just didn't have the most emotionally intelligent parents. And so I absorbed a lot of their inability to have emotional intelligence and carried it with me my whole life. And one of the things that I'm learning that I have done because of my childhood is I really tried to make everyone comfortable so I can avoid letting people have emotional turmoil around me. And because I am very emotionally and spiritually intelligent, I like overcompensate for others that aren't necessarily on my level in that way. And so what I do is I will inconvenience myself so that other people get to have a very comfortable time in life. Now, becoming a mom, I have really seen just how much I do that, and how much of like, I got it, I got it, I got it, don't worry about me, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, that I really actually do in my day to day, and how much it's actually like causing me stress and overwhelm in my nervous system. Because here's the thing, the way that we do parenthood now as a society is very fucking different than what our biology is supposed to do, which, if you're a mom and you're watching this, like, we're supposed to be supported, and we're supposed to be in community, and there's supposed to be a literal village helping us raise children. It's not meant to be just one parent or the mom and the dad. Like, it's meant to be a village. And me, I don't have that village for a lot of reasons. One of them being that both of my parents are dead. My family all live an hour away. My friends live multiple hours away. My husband works a full-time job. I have a business that I'm building, and I'm doing it from the walls of my home that I'm also raising our son in. I am very hell-bent on being very present with my son. So the option to do childcare is not one that I'm giving myself. So all of these things, like okay, it's not my fault. It's not my choice that I don't have a village, but it is what it is. I can create a village, I can build a village, all those things. But where I'm at right now is I have been trying to make sure I'm okay, my son's okay, the people around me are okay, my business is okay, and it's a lot. It's overwhelming. It is what it is. And I had to look at it and go, why is this causing me so much overwhelm? Like, there's no law that says I have to be overwhelmed. There's no law that says all of these things are going to cause, you know, inconsistency in my emotions, right? So sitting with myself, asking myself, like, where's this overwhelm coming from? I had to look at my own doing of the overwhelm, right? It's my thought process of, I got this, I don't need anyone's help. Like, there's people that have it worse than me. Like, but the fact of the matter is I didn't feel safe in my body to ask for help, because growing up and as a child, I wasn't allowed to ask for help because I was the one helping. Like, it's kind of not funny, that's not the right word, but ironic maybe. So whenever we being my brother, my sister-in-law, and my husband and I were going through all of my parents' stuff after they passed 7 years ago, my sister-in-law found like 3 letters that I had written to my dad, and it was all essentially coaching him through whatever he was going through, and like providing that emotional reassurance, and being the regulator, you know. And like finding those letters, I was like, God, like I was that for my parents growing up, and I was that for everyone around me in my young adult life, and I am that person now. And that's like what my essential business is built on, is helping other people regulate emotionally, but at what cost, right? Like at the cost of my own comfortability, well-being, the idea that I am such a strong powerhouse woman that I don't need to be taken care of. And it's interesting because I have declared 9 months ago that I really desire to be in my feminine energy, and I haven't been in my feminine energy for years because I am so have a wound around it. I talk about this in one of my podcast episodes, my most recent podcast episode, but the reason I have a wound around it, just so you don't have to go digging and listen and, let me just paraphrase for you, is because when my dad got sick, my mom had no idea what bills were paid where. She had no idea like the amount of like financial issues that they had. She didn't know where any documents were for any of the things that she owned. And it's because my dad took care of it all, right? Like as a normal old school, like the man handles everything type of relationship. I decided then and there, like I will never, ever, ever not know anything about like my reality. Like, and by doing that, I created this like hyper dominance around my own like finances and bills. And like I swung way fucking far on the pendulum to where I was like, I am going to be my end all be all for myself, like not allowing others to provide and take care of me, which is so fucked off because I was doing it from the mindset of like, I don't want to inconvenience anyone. I've got this, yada, yada, yada. But the reality is, number one, people like to take care of you. Okay, so if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, girl, you're preaching to the choir, people like to take care of you. People want to take care of you. You have to understand that, number one. And number two is you have to let them take care of you. And if you decide that it's not your level of care, no one's ever going to care for you the way that you can care for you, number one. But that's not the point. That is not the point. Let people take better care of you than you ever could. Let people just care for you in general. Why does it have to be this measurable thing? Like, if people want to show up for you, let them. Let them. And I am finding that very tried and true for where I'm at in this stage of life. And even more so, I have been asking the universe to be provided for, to be taken care of, to be in my receiving era in all areas of my life. And the universe is providing that. And in doing so, the universe is also holding a mirror up to me and saying, I'm trying to let you have this, but here's how you're actually stopping it from happening. When you declare with every fiber of your being that you desire something, whether it be like me, to be cared for, provided for, being able to be in your feminine flow of receiving, whatever it is, you're going to get met with a lot of mirrors of how you're actually the one blocking it from coming to you. Because that's the thing when we're talking specifically about manifesting, is there's not people who are better at manifesting than others. The fact of the matter is that a lot of people are, maybe they're better at manifesting relationships than you are, they're better at manifesting money than you are. It's not because they're more worthy or deserving of those things, it's because they don't have as many blocks keeping them from receiving those things. So if you desire to be loved by someone, what are your blocks not allowing that to happen? If you desire to be rich as fuck, what are your blocks not allowing that to happen? If you desire to be taken care of and be in your restful receiving era, what are you blocking from allowing that to happen? You are the reason why things are or are not happening for you in your life. And if that falls on the ears and you get offended and you're like, that is so fucking wrong, because why would I allow myself to be in this hell? You are always going to do things that are more comfortable because it's something that you know, not because it's something that you desire, right? You're going to sleep with the devil you know versus the devil you don't know, because that is what our subconscious mind does. Our subconscious mind likes predictability, even if that predictability is very uncomfortable and very anti what we actually desire in the moment. And that is why when you desire to change, when you start changing, when you actually start moving your needle, it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to feel like shit is hitting the fan, but I promise you right now, it is not. Shit is not hitting the fan. You are on the brink of the next breakthrough, and that means you have to shed everything that no longer serves you, because if it did serve you, you would already be where you desired to be. You would already have accomplished what you needed to accomplish in order to get there, but you have to be okay with being uncomfortable and trust with every fiber of your being that on the other side of that uncomfortableness is exactly what it is that you're desiring, okay? It's hard, it's not fun, but it's worth it. And I actually created an entire new container revolving around the getting rich restfully, because within getting rich, we're not just getting rich as in our finance. We're not just getting rich in our love. We're not just getting rich in our confidence. We are getting rich in every single fucking area in our life. And to do so in a restful way without experiencing hustle and burnout and overwhelm, because your girl has done it that way. And in this new season and era that I'm in, I'm doing it in a much more relaxed and calm way. But I opened up a container, and the container is very intimate. It's very application based. You don't just get to come in and experience it and hopes to be restfully rich, because it requires a different level of woman to be inside of this container. It requires a different level of honesty to be inside of this container, because you're going to have to look at your own, like, what have you actually caused yourself to feel so uncomfortable and to be in the position you're in. Take radical responsibility for it, and then we can move forward. This container is not for someone who is ready to point the finger at anybody else, because let me tell you one thing, baby. As someone who has pointed the finger multiple fucking times in my life, every time that I point one finger, I realize there are 3 more pointing right back at me, number 1. And number 2, those 3 fingers that are pointing right back at me are a blessing, because they are mirrors to what I actually need to work on versus who I need to get pissed off at next, who I need to place blame on next, okay? Life gets to be so fucking good if you allow it. And this is exactly why I created Restfully Rich. It is a 4-month container. We are doing it in an intimate setting. This is the first time that I'm releasing something like this. And it is not your typical coaching container, your resource, your check-in at a scheduled time, because like I said, I'm stepping more into my feminine energy. So this container is going to reflect feminine-led energy, not masculine-led energy, which is how a lot of coaching containers are, because we aren't ever taught a different way. We don't allow our intuition to guide us to a different way until we came to me, because your girl is doing it in a feminine lens. We are doing it in a feminine way, and we are doing it from the sole intention of becoming the richest version of yourself in the most feminine, restful way. If you want more details, the link is below to check it out. If you have questions, please email me at alyssasimpsonx@gmail.com. You can also visit my website, alyssasimpsonx.com, for any and all resources. If you love this video, please make sure you like and share and subscribe so other people like you can find it. Tune in every Monday, because we are going to be diving into Mailbox Money Mondays, where we share what we are receiving for the week restfully, while also giving you my downloads for what you may need to hear on your journey to becoming restfully rich. I'll see you next Monday.